Welcome everybody to Top Deck Tech. My name is Dylan, and today we are going to dive into some Commander gameplay. We have a variety of wonderful characters on the show for you today, and some wacky, weird, and fun decks. And I'm excited to dive into that. If this is your first time here, I hope you genuinely enjoyed the experience. If this is not your first time here, you've been here before, consider hitting that subscribe button. It helps us a lot, and I know. But without further ado, let's hop in.
Hey everybody, my name is Dustin Fletcher, and I am so excited to be here on Top Deck Tech. Today, I will be playing the wonderful Camellia Seed Miser. Today, we are going to be playing some Squirrely Wrath and hopefully pumping our board full of squirrels and food, and then sacking those food to make more squirrels, and I mean, it's gonna get nuts.
Hello, my name is Dead Gavin. My pronouns are he, him, and today I am playing Bristly Bill Spine Sower. The point of this deck is to use all my landfall triggers to go wide. So I have Scoot Swarm, I have Rampaging Baloths, I have Avenger of Zendikar, and I'm going to use those to do a bunch of tokens. And then I have a bunch of different effects, including Bristly Bill in the command zone, to make these creatures really big with a bunch of different counters.
What is up, everybody? My name is Dylan, and I go by he, him pronouns, and today we are playing dual commanders Rhoda and Timin. The idea here is to tap my opponent's creatures when I cast spells, when I attack, etc. And every time an opponent's creature is tapped, Rhoda gets a +1/+1 counter as long as they're not being declared as an attacker. So we're going to make Rhoda really big, very threatening, hopefully give them some evasion and swing in. But if Timin gets taken out, we have all kinds of backup plans and backup effects to try to control the board so we can get in.
Hey everyone, it's Mask back again. My pronouns are they and it, and today my commander is Dihada, Binder of Wills. This is one of my all-time favorite decks, and one of two that I run that are legendary focused, so to differentiate, here, there be dragons.
We're good.
Send it.
All right, I will draw for turn.
So excited.
So I am going to play a forest. All right, and there's a fun story behind these forests. So I wanted to get all forests of one art, and I thought the Eldraine forests looked so cool. The full art ones. And so I added 30 something of them to my cart on TCG when I was buying a couple cards. And then there's this wonderful button that's auto. You automatically go and it updates the cheapest printings. So these are not full art Eldraine lands. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna pass my turn.
All right. Take my draw. Okay. You know what? We'll not do that. I'm gonna start with a Foreboding Ruins. I could have it enter tapped by revealing a swamp or a mountain, but I won't, so it'll enter tapped. And I will pass it to Dylan.
Draw. Play a Port Town tapped, revealing no information. That is also worth writing down. And I will pass.
I think Dylan's copying me.
All right, I have some amazing cards in hand, and all I need to do is hit one more land drop, and I'm gonna be good. So here we go. Come on, land.
You know, I mean, yeah, he knows what's good. All right, I will draw for turn, and I will play this Fabled Passage. And we're gonna go ahead and crack it, and that's my graveyard. Put my graveyard here, yeah, that'll be me once I go get a forest.
I will draw for my turn. I'm gonna play a beautiful Eldraine forest. See, it's funnier now that you know the story.
It really is.
I'm gonna play Bristly Bill, and then I will pass.
All right, I will untap, upkeep, and draw. I also find it funny because when I had a mono green deck, I specifically went out of my way to make sure none of the lands matched. So it's always fun to see how people feel about their basic lands. I'm going to play the most powerful turn 2 play, which is a Bajuka Blog. Right on time. Everybody loves to exile somebody's graveyard on turn 2. So as the only person with a graveyard to exile, Dustin, welcome to the show. I'm going to exile your one land.
I'm feeling a little targeted here. What did my Fabled Passage ever do to you? But no, it's fine.
It went into
If
the
now
graveyard.
was the time
That's
to
what it
Bajuka
did to
Blog?
me.
I'm okay with it being turn 2.
Yeah, I would have loved to hold on to that, but I need color diversity. So I will pass to Dylan.
Okay. I will untap. We're gonna draw. I will play a beautiful Hall of Heliod's Generosity. And then I'm going to tap 2 for a Lord of the Rings Talisman of Progress. I'm a big fan of the AON art, so that's why I'm pointing that out, because I just think they knocked it out of the park. Look, I know it doesn't seem like much, but being able to get a mana rock out on turn 2 is pretty important when you're playing white and blue, because playing against mono green, and yeah, we have catch-up ramp, but I don't want to have to catch up. But that's it for me. I'll pass.
I'll untap, upkeep, draw.
That wasn't exactly what I needed, but it was a good card, so I think we're gonna be okay.
And we'll play a Wooded Foothills. And yeah, and then I'm going to crack it, go get a Bayou, and then I will play this Osteomancer Adept. So we'll kind of do that, and I'll pass while I do that. I'm so used to my graveyard being there, which is why I keep putting it there. So apologies on that. But yeah, that'll be me. So I'm just going to go get my brand new Bayou, which I just got last week, so I'm really excited about it. So.
Nice. That will also ping you for 1 off of a Wooded Foothills.
It will, and that will Wooded Foothills. I'll lose 1 life, and I will go to 39, and I will.
What's the card you just played?
Wooded Foothills.
No, the
Osteomancer Adept. Osteomancer Adept. It is a 2/2, a Squirrel Warlock with Death Touch. I can tap it until end of turn. I may cast creature spells from my graveyard by foraging, in addition to their other paying their other costs. And if I cast a spell this way, it enters with a finality counter on it. And foraging, for those who don't know, is sacrificing a food or exiling 3 cards from my graveyard.
Oh, sure is a good thing I exiled that
I
land.
know, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, and that's me. Yeah, I just
Alright.
was doing that.
I'm gonna untap,
1 damage.
and I will draw. This changes everything. I'm gonna play a beautiful Wilds of Eldraine, number 0276 land. I'm gonna tap for 3. Oh wait, trigger on Bristly Bill. I will get a 1/1 counter on Bill. I'm gonna tap for 3. And I'm gonna play Azusa Lost But Seeking.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
well.
I mean, it's like you care about landfalls or something.
It's almost like that. And then I'll
Weird.
vomit 2 lands onto the board. And I'm gonna put both of those counters on the lady herself. Getting Azusa out turn 3 is gonna be really big for me in the long run. The only downside is I'm at 5 lands and I went first, so I'm gonna have a really big target on me considering we're only on turn 3. And then
It's pretty good.
I will pass the turn.
Okay, we'll untap, upkeep, and draw. I suddenly feel like I need a defense, so instead of the play I was going to make, I will start with a lovely Phyrexian Plains. And then I'm going to go ahead and I will tap 3 for Gadrak the Crown Scourge.
Ooh.
Gadrak is a 5/4 flyer that cannot attack unless it controls 4 or more artifacts, so he is purely defensive. But at the beginning of my end step, I create a treasure token for each non-token creature that died this turn. And then I will go ahead and pass.
All right. Big moves. We'll draw. Tap Hall of Heliod's Generosity. We're actually going to tap our Talisman. We're going to ding ourselves in the head for 1 here. And we'll use white. We'll play the Oreskos Explorer. So when that enters, search your library for up to X planes, where X is the number of players who control more lands than you. Reveal those cards, put them in your hand, and shuffle. It's kind of the beauty of going third. So Azusa came down on Gavin's turn, and that allowed Gavin to put some stuff out. And look, I'm in white-blue. I said I didn't want to have to play catch-up, but if you got it, flaunt it. We will get 1 plains, 2 plains, red plains, blue plains.
That's my favorite Dr. Seuss poem.
Those go to my hand, so not onto the battlefield. I will play a command tower. Thinking that's all I've got that I want to do right now. So I'm going to pass.
All right. I will untap, upkeep, draw for turn. I will play my land for turn, which will be a swamp.
Such pretty lands.
I like bougie thing. I like shiny. I love me some shiny cardboard. We'll go ahead and we'll tap for 3, and we're gonna play a squirrel, which is to no surprise. We're gonna bring out Shatterfang, Squirrel General.
Ooh,
That is one
a
heck
good
of a
squirrel.
Yeah.
It is quite a good squirrel. It is a 3/3 with Forest Walk, and if one or more tokens will be created under my control, those tokens plus that many 1/1 squirrel tokens are created instead, and I can pay a black, sacrifice X squirrels, and give a target creature plus X mass X. And everybody's got stuff going on, so I think I'll just I'll keep my boys up here and pass turn.
I just want to say I am notably the only one with forests, and I also notably only have forests, so the forest walk is not going to be fun.
You know,
Anyway.
it's only, maybe everybody will have forest here at some point. Who knows?
I don't need green mana. You don't. It's okay.
It's we're just we're giving nature to everyone.
I am going to continue being a problem, and I'm going to tap for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a Loyal Guardian. So Loyal Guardian is a 4/4 with trample, and it has Lieutenant, which says at the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control your commander, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. So I am going to move to combat, and I notably do own my commander. So I'm going to put a counter on Loyal Guardian, counter on Azusa, and a counter on Veil.
I'd like to say I'm very grateful for my 5 power blocker. My blessed boy.
Good boy. I'm going to send Veil at Dylan KG.
Okay.
Whatever, biscuit for the biscuit. I'm gonna send Azusa, Lost but Seeking.
Who's that going at?
Austin.
All
It
right.
is a 4/2. Swinging with Azusa might seem like a bad idea here, but I figure it kind of makes me look a little bit more tame, and also I'm out of lands, so playing 2 extra lands when I don't even have 1 to play isn't going to be worth it in the long run.
4/5.
4/5.
It's all right. I'm going to throw this little bitty squirrel with Death Touch in front of her.
It's okay.
Yeah. I'm also just going to chomp here with mine.
All right, so Azusa will die, and both of your creatures will die, and then I will pass the turn.
Okay. Let's see what crimes I can get up to today. That land is in Japanese, so we will come back to it when it might be more relevant. I will play a Great Hall of the Citadel. It taps for a colorless, or it can pay 1 and tap it to add 2 mana in any combination of colors. Spend this mana only to cast legendary spells. Then I'm going to go ahead and I will tap 4 to bring on out Dihada, Binder of Wills. As a planeswalker, she has a lot of text. I can +2 her to give up to 1 target legendary creature Vigilance, Lifelink, and Indestructible until my next turn. I can -3 her, which I will explain in a moment because I'm going to do it. And then her ultimate is -11. I don't think I've ever used it. I don't think I've ever even gotten her that high because the point is to downtick her. If for some reason she ever reaches up that high, I gain control of all non-land permanents until end of turn, untap them, and they gain haste. But what's important is we're going to go ahead and downtick Dihada. So I will reveal the top 4 cards in my library. I can put any number of legendary cards from among them into my hand, and the rest into my graveyard. Then I create a treasure token for each card put into my graveyard this way.
So good.
So we hit a Dragon Tempest, a Scourge of Valkis, a Mortify, and a Soul Ring. That's a rough hit. I like a lot of those cards. None of them are legendary, so they will all go to the bin, and I will make 4 treasures. So I don't hit anything here, and that might look like a problem, but really, half the time, putting cards in my graveyard is all Dihada's really trying to do. The treasures kind of make up for themselves. The real problem comes when I mill all of my removal, but that probably won't bite me in the ass later. But I will then immediately spend 3 of them, and I will redouble my defenses by casting Sylvia Bright Spear. Sylvia is a 2/2 human knight that has partner with Corvath Brightflame. Corvath is not in this deck, so I will not go search for Corvath. She has double strike, and dragons my team controls have double strike. So Gidrak is now a 5/4 flying double striker who cannot attack, and I will pass.
Very exciting stuff. I'm mildly nervous.
I'm okay with you getting all those treasures.
Yeah. Okay, so we are going to play Plains. Who knew? Let's tap Heliod for a Soul Ring. I have choices to make, don't we all? I'll tap 3 and white, and I will play Rhoda. So Rhoda is one of my 2 commanders. Whenever he's Vigilance, 3/3 human soldier. When a creature an opponent controls becomes tapped, if it isn't being declared as an attacker, put a 1/1 counter on Rhoda, Geist Avenger. So very, very fun. We're going to tap the command tower. We'll play a Topplegeist, one of my favorite little guys. So Topplegeist says he's a spirit 1/1 flyer. When Topplegeist enters the battlefield, tap target creature an opponent controls. I have no beef with you, Dustin, and you will untap next. So I'm gonna tap your creature, rather than leaving poor Mask defenseless. I will put a 1/1 counter on Rhoda. And then Topplegeist has Delirium. So at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, if there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard, tap target creature that player controls. Cool. I feel satisfied, so I will pass.
All right. I will untap my lands and my Chatterfang, which, got a little Topplegeisted.
Got toppled,
You got toppled. And then I will draw for turn. And I will, sad day, miss my land drop.
Oh no.
I know. It's,
I missed my land drop too, if you want to feel pity.
Okay, but you played 2 extra lands that one turn.
Listen!
Yep. It's fine. Everything is fine. It's fine. So we're just gonna go ahead and cast my commander, Camellia the Seed Miser. And she is a 3/3 squirrel warlock with menace. Other squirrels I control have menace. And whenever I sacrifice 1 or more food, I make a 1/1 squirrel, and then I can pay 2 and forage to put a +1 counter on each other squirrel I control. And that is all I can do with that. So I will move to combat, and Gavin, I'm just going to return the favor and give you a little love tap, little Chatterfang love tap for 3 there.
3 going down to 37.
And that is unfortunately all I can do without playing a land. So I will pass the turn to Gavin.
I am gonna untap and draw. What is this card? That's a Magic the Gathering card.
The amount of times you say that when we play together is astounding. I love it.
Listen, I build so many decks, I forget what I put in them sometimes. I'm gonna tap for 3, and I'm gonna play Mana Gorger Hydra.
Mana Gorger Hydra. That's a gross card, and I think that could be a problem here in a few. But luckily, I'm land screwed, and I don't have a lot of spells to play, so it's not going to get bigger from me.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a card.
It's fine.
Sure.
It's fine.
It's good. It's fine. It's cool. I'm gonna tap for 2. I'm gonna play a Dusk Shell Crawler. So I'm gonna have 2 triggers. Mana Gorger is gonna get a counter from me casting a spell. And then Dusk Shell is going to, because it enters the battlefield, I'm gonna put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. And I'm going to have that be my loyal guardian, because he's a good boy. After that, I am going to move to combat. When I move to combat, loyal guardian is going to put a +1 counter on each of my creatures because I do control my commander. And then I believe we're doing a little, a little give and take over here, Dustin.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
So all my creatures with +1/+1 counters on them have trample. I'm going to send it's great. I'm going to send a 7/7 loyal guardian at Dustin.
Good. It's good.
It's good. Thank you. You can say thank you whenever you're ready. And I'm going to send a 5/5 Bill over to Dylan KG. And I'm going to leave my bestie Mask alone.
Do I want to be taking a ton of damage from Bill right now? No, I'm not throwing anything in front of it though, because it could be worse later and I might need blockers later. That being said, Gavin has run so far out in front of the pack that they've drawn everybody's eyes, and I'm kind of okay with that for a little bit because this deck politics really well.
I've never been happier.
Yep. So, no blocks from me. I will take the 7 to the face, going down to 32.
Yeah, Bill's just 5 right now?
Bill is 5. That's correct.
5. Yeah, okay. I will take 5.
I have commander.
So I'll go down to 34.
We're in danger.
Yeah. People have removal somewhere, right? Yeah.
It's got to be in here somewhere, I swear.
I mean, somewhere.
Yeah, and then I will pass my turn.
All right, I will untap my lovely assortment of lands and draw. Fun. Maybe. So I'm gonna play that Japanese land that I mentioned, which is a Haven of the Spirit Dragon.
Oh, yeah.
It taps for a colorless, or it taps for 1 mana of any color, but only to cast a dragon spell. Or I can pay 2, tap and sacrifice it to return target dragon card or Ugin Planeswalker from my graveyard to my hand. There's a lot of Japanese cards in this deck, so bear with me. This deck started as a sort of hodgepodge of 2 precons, and then I refined it into the beauty it is today.
What is one of the precons in Japanese?
Yeah, so it was one precon was the Dihada Legends precon, and the other precon was the Dragon precon, which I found for $40 in Japanese. And I couldn't pass that up.
I mean, that's fair.
We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna, before I do anything else, we're gonna uptick Dihada, and we're going to target Gidrak, because if I target a creature that can't attack, surely Dylan won't tap it down on me. So Gidrak is going to get Vigilance, Lifelink, and Indestructible until my next turn. So he is now officially keyword soup. And then I'm going to tap 5. And I'm going to really try to play into this being friends with Dylan thing. I'm going to play Shadrix Silverquill.
Oh.
Shadrix is a 2/5 flying double strike, who also has double strike. Thank you, Sylvia. So we've got a whole bunch of double strike going on here. And then at the beginning of combat on my turn, I may choose 2. Each mode must target a different player. One mode is target player creates a 2/1 white and black inkling creature token with flying. One mode is target player draws a card and loses a life, and one mode is target player puts a +1/+1 counter on each creature they control. So I'm going to move to combat. And Dylan, which mode will keep you from tapping my blockers down? Timin and Rhoda can tap down a lot of things, and that's not normally a problem for my deck. Unlike most dragon decks, I don't actually try to attack all too often, but I do need to block. So I'm willing to make pretty much whatever deal to just keep those pointed away from my good blockers. Would you like an additional blocker, or perhaps +1/+1 counters? I would personally love to draw the card if I can, but I am nothing if not amiable.
Let's see here. I'll take an extra body. I'll take the 2/1 Inkling.
Okay, cool. So I will give you a 2/1 Inkling. It has flying, and I will lose a life and draw a card.
Did you cast a card?
I did. I cast a spell, so that will trigger your Mana Gorger.
Mana Gorger. Manny. Remember that time I didn't attack you?
I'm a big fan of that. And all I have for attackers is a 2/2, so even with double strike, I don't think I want to do that. But I will take my beat down to 39 off of Shadrix's draw, and I will go ahead and pass.
Oh no, you choose to. Never mind. You had to give somebody one of each of them. I was like, can I have a +1?
God. I had to choose one of each of them. I'm sorry, but the +1s would be going anywhere else.
Yeah.
All right, I'll play a Plains for turn. I need everybody to be cool. All right, I'm gonna
Okay,
tap
I'm trying.
2, 3,
But I'm just
4.
2 little squirrels sitting here with
Sit in a tree.
Blue.
not a lot of lands.
I'm gonna play Timin. Generally speaking, I do not like to play Timin too early because Timin is expensive, and killing Timin once means that Timin kind of just doesn't come back from it. But I need to be able to keep whatever creatures I want away from me or politic them somewhere else. So Timin's my other partner commander. A Spirit 3/4 flying at the beginning of each combat, tap up to 1 target creature. This will hopefully mitigate really anything happening with green. Anything over there. So
I'm just gonna add a counter to Mana Gorger Hydra, thank you.
yeah. That's okay. I'm gonna tap 3, and I'll play a Banisher Priest. And I don't like Mana Gorger Hydra. So when Banisher Priest enters the battlefield, exile target creature an opponent controls until Banisher Priest leaves the battlefield.
Oh, thank you, Dylan. That Hydra had to go.
So, I will put a counter on Mana Gorger. And then it will be exiled and be sad.
So I do want to move to combat. That'll trigger Timin. I'm going to tap down the Duskshell Crawler.
Wait a second. I'm exposed! I'm exposed!
The atrocities, you know? Okay, so let's see. There's a fly over there. We will have to get back around to you at some point, Mask, but...
Yeah, no, that's fair.
This one is super for the 5 that came at me with Bristly Bill. So I'm sending 5, technically Vigilance, actually, at you, Gavin.
Yeah, so I will not block. My choice. And I will take 5, going down to 32.
And then that's my whole turn, so I will pass.
All right, I will untap, upkeep, draw.
Please be a land, please be a land, please be a land, please be a land.
We got there. I'll play a Cavern of Souls, naming squirrels.
Whoo!
Nice.
And then, because I fear for my life right now.
Okay, so things are looking a little dire here, and I need to do something to keep me alive. And I think I have just the thing I need to at least keep me and my squirrels alive for one more turn.
Reasonable.
With this board state, and I need a little bit of card draw, I think I'm gonna tap 4, and I'm gonna cast the One Ring.
Oh, there you go.
That's good.
So I can at least live for one more round.
Yeah.
And I will move to combat. What's a tapping?
None of my stuff, I'll tell you that much.
I mean, you sure? It's okay. You do.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll tap Sylvia.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right spear. I'll put a 1/1 counter on Rhoda.
And then I'm not gonna go to combat. I guess I can't. I mean, I'm in combat, but I'm gonna not swing, even though I'm indestructible. So just remember that.
I'll remember it, Dustin.
In 2 turns, and I can die.
I was like, wait, why specific? Okay.
No, I'll move to my second main phase. I'll tap the One Ring. I will put a burden counter on it, and I will draw a card, and I will pass the turn.
Woo! Untap. And draw. Huzzah. I'm going to tap for 2 for an Emerald Medallion.
Ooh.
Better late than never.
Artifact ramp? What?
Ooh. I'm gonna then tap for 2 for a card called Retreat to Hazandu. I don't know.
It's a weird word. You're not wrong.
It's a weird word. Don't blame me. It has landfall, and I get to choose one, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, or I gain 2 life. And then I am going to move to combat.
At the start of your combat, who are you swinging at? We could politic this. We don't have to make Bristly Bill useless, you know?
I honestly don't think I have any good attacks.
I mean, I won't even block if you want to swing at me.
I wonder why.
I did make a promise to Mask that I won't shields down them. So I'm beholden to that until my next turn. But as long as nothing's coming at me, I don't have to, because the trample, I don't want to deal with it, you know?
Yeah. Because I'm trying to think. Do I just not swing? I could go for Dihada. No.
That's true.
No, I'm not going to go for
You
Dihada.
could,
I
yeah.
think.
You could.
What if, okay, so if I don't attack, you just won't, you won't tap anything down?
I have to tap something. Something will be tapped.
But it doesn't have to be my thing.
It's correct.
If you don't tap any of my things, I will not attack.
Straight up, I feel like I'm helping the entire board.
So this goes up to 4. Well, I can't. I could attack. If I attack Mask has a double strike indestructible.
Yeah.
So that means whatever I attack with will die.
For sure. Yeah.
If I attack Dustin, that's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, again,
So
I promise I will not block. I'll let it go through.
There we go. Or I could attack you, Dylan, which
you could.
I
super
think. You know what? No, yeah, I don't want to attack. If you don't tap anything, I won't attack.
Cool. I will just tap Silver Quill
Yeah, that's fair.
to get my 1/1 counter.
Now, I'm not going to lie, I did not anticipate Gavin taking a turn off. I think that this is a way to keep eyes off of them. I think this is a way to be like, oh, look, I'm not doing nothing. And maybe deflect to me, but like Bill.
And then I will pass my turn.
All right. We'll untap, upkeep, and draw. I'm going to start by down-ticking Dihada. So I will once again reveal the top 4 cards of my library. They are Lathless Dragon Queen, Generous Gift, Camellia Zenith Seeker, and the Grey Havens. So Generous Gift is definitely going to the graveyard because I can't do anything about that. I feel like I should keep Grey Havens so that I can make sure I hit my land drops here. I'm going to... I think Camellia I could put to the grave to fully activate the Grey Havens when it becomes my land drop in half a second here. And then I also really like Lathless, so I will keep 2 cards and I will make 2 more treasures. Enough treasure tokens, so I will put a little 3 on top of this stack. I will then play, this is going to be a shocker, the Grey Havens.
What?
I know.
I did not see that coming.
So when the Grey Havens enters, I will scry 1. That absolutely can stay right there. Big fan. Love you. It taps for a colorless, or I can tap it to add 1 mana of any color among legendary creature cards in my graveyard. Notably, Camellia gives me all my colors. I think I am going to just, in the chillest way I know how, tap 6 and play the other revealed card, Lathless Dragon Queen, featuring wonderful art inspired by a child's drawing. No joke. Lathless is a 6/6 flyer, and whenever another non-token dragon enters the battlefield under my control, I create a 5/5 red dragon creature token with flying, and I can pay 1 in a red to give all dragons I control +1/+0 until end of turn. Then I will go to combat, and we will have a couple triggers. Shadrix's trigger will be on the stack as well as Timin. I have no intention of attacking this turn. I just want to let you know that.
Sure. Yeah. Definitely makes sense. It's not my turn yet, so I'm gonna stick to our deal and just I will only tap Sylvia, because that
Reasonable.
is
The least threatening.
I'm going to then go for actually protecting myself, and I can't actually give Dustin anything because he has protection. It would be really funny to put a +1/+1 counter on your board.
I was hoping for a card, but I will take the counters.
Cool, since you said that, you will get a counter on each of your creatures, and I will lose another life down to 38 and draw a card. Cool. I will then move through combat and pass to Dylan.
Untappies, draw, and play a planes. I do want to move to combat. That will trigger Timin. Not that our alliance is not valuable to me, but you're at 38.
No, that's fair.
So let's see, a 5/4 Lathlis is a 6/6. I think I want to tap down.
All double strike. Too.
Yes, everything. All of my dragons have double strike, thanks to Sylvia.
Yeah. I think I'm going to tap Gadrick.
Yeah, fair enough.
Put a counter on Rhoda here.
Pretty easy spot for me to be in. A big fan of it,
You like
actually.
it.
Yeah. Okay, I will swing Rhoda at you. Well, vigilance, I guess. So Rhoda is a 9/9.
Rhoda's a 9/9, and you're swinging her at me.
Yes.
I see. Incredibly rude is how I feel about that. I think I'm going to chump with Shadrix so I don't take 9 commander damage.
Super smart. Fail. Okay, I'm going to pass through second main and pass to you, Dustin.
All right. I will lose protection from everything right after I untap. I will lose a life from the burden counter of the One Ring, going to 31.
Wow, such a burden.
Such a burden. And then I will drop return, and I'll move to my first main phase. And I'm gonna go up to 2 burden counters on the One Ring and draw 2 more cards to
Full set.
hopefully hit a land.
Okay, 3 draws means I'm definitely gonna hit a land.
Well, okay.
Okay, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. I didn't pull a land, but you know what? I'm here to play pretty cards, pretty things. I like shiny cardboard, and I'm gonna play a very, very pretty card, and you know what? It's gonna ramp me into a land.
That's a thing. Guess what we didn't do?
Did you not hit a land?
I may not have.
Oh no.
It's okay. You know what? We're at least here to play some pretty cards. If
That's
all
true.
else fails, I get to play pretty cards. So instead of playing like a smart move, I'm just gonna play a pretty card, and it'll get me a land. Even though it's probably not the best play to do right now, but you know what? I don't care. I'm here to have a good time. I'm gonna play Liliana of the Dark Realm.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Squirreliana.
Squirreliana, surprise. She's actually really terrible in this deck, but I refuse to take her out because, I mean,
I respect it.
that art is so pretty.
You get a land. Yeah.
Yeah. So she comes in with 3 loyalty counters and +1, which I will be doing, which will be search for a swamp card and put it into my hand, and then shuffle, and then -3, target creature gets +X -X, where X is the number of lands or swamps I control, and then -6, all my swamps would tap for 4 black if she ever gets there. If we're still alive by the time we even get close to that. But I will +1 her. I'm going to go get a swamp, and I'm going to play that swamp. So that will go to my hand. And we will also, hopefully I shuffle up into some land draw. That would be great.
Sending
I'd
the
love
best
to help
vibes
you
for
get draws, but my Shadrix was unceremoniously killed.
It's all good.
Let's rephrase that. Shadrix was put up to die.
I was sent 9 damage at.
Amen.
If you had swung at Dihada, it would have been a different story. Shadrix would be around and be mourning her instead.
So we'll shock in Overgrown Tomb going down to 29. This is probably the worst this deck has ever performed, but it's okay because we're here looking at some pretty squirrel cards and having a good time with some good people. And I'm not even gonna swing at anybody because what does it matter? I'm gonna discard the hand size, and
There will
I'll
be
have-
a combat trigger.
There will be a combat trigger. That is true. So what is tapping down?
I'm beginning to feel a bit nervous about Dustin. With the One Ring out, with Liliana out, they're not mana stuck anymore. They don't have a huge board state, but they're not mana stuck. And anytime I've played Commander where people just sort of leave a person alone to some degree because, they're just not able to play yet, they come back and with a vengeance. And so in the back of my head, I'm trying to think about what I could do while also managing the other two. I don't know.
I think I want to tap Laughless.
Okay, well, I see how it is.
Somebody is strangely open.
I gave you counters.
Yes, and I will appreciate them.
And then I will discard Maskwood Nexus because
Oof.
again I keep putting my.
Oh, you're over here discarding hand size. I'm rocking 2 cards.
I've got 7 cards in hand, and that's me. Pass turn.
Tap, upkeep, nothing will happen, and I will draw a card. What does this do? That don't do much for me right now. So,
Partner.
partner, listen, when we're playing Bill, we gotta get the accent going.
Well, all right then.
Yeah, Bill is here to play. All right.
Could I be figuring out a dragon accent or something?
Yeah, give me your best dragon accent.
Screaming.
Screech into the microphone. Okay.
I do think it would be incredible for you to swing elsewhere.
Squeakums, squeakers, squeakums, squeak, squeak,
Shit.
squeakums.
I
can't
thought
beat
you were
that.
imitating me for a second.
Oh
Anyway,
You
I
could swing me,
play-
but I have this adorable squirrel.
Oh my god, it's so good. That's so
no!
good.
Swing at me, but I have this adorable dragon.
That dragon must die. So do I want to hit hard or do I want to build? That's the real question.
I'm just saying, Dylan's building a really big commander.
That's
True.
true. That's true.
Dylan doesn't have to send it at me, does he?
Someone's got to win, you know.
You don't
Eventually.
gotta- You don't gotta send it at me right now.
We'll see what happens.
So, well, I'm gonna ask.
I've not thought that far ahead. It really depends on mask because that I've been doing some work over there. and
I can do one of 2 things. I can make some real big creatures, and I can swing them, and I'll swing them hot. Or I can play a creature.
I think you got to do the judgment call. You know, you got to go with whatever's in your heart.
My heart is clogged up. Bad
I mean,
arteries.
playing a creature gives you more blockers for the onslaught that is Dylan's board, or the dragon onslaught. I don't even know if you have reach over there.
The dragon onslaught also doesn't have to come your way.
True.
Yeah, I've
But
dropped
you're
it.
so open. Oh my god. How could I? How could I not?
Oh god.
You know what? I'm gonna hit people hard. I think somebody's wide open. All right, who I hit hard is gonna depend on what happens when I move to combat.
I don't like that is up in the air.
I'm gonna put counters on my creatures.
I-
Lieutenant.
You know what? I in raising my daughter have learned that people will rise to the expectations you have of them. So I won't tap Bill. I will tap your desk shell crawler and trust that you'll rise to the occasion.
Oh, that makes me really upset.
Sounds like you were going to be upset anyway. Then I don't know how to.
All right, here's the proposal I'm gonna offer you.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna make these creatures big.
Yeah, I figured that part was happening.
I have 2 options here. I can either swing with Bill and use his ability to make him really big and really deal some damage to Mask, or I can build my board and play another creature. Right now I'm feeling like attacking might be the way to go. So Dylan,
Sure.
will you not tap my creatures until at least my next turn if I do not attack you?
Sure. Have fun.
I am gonna send the Loyal Guardian. No, let's send the Bale at Mask Man.
I have no blockers, so if there are no combat tricks, I will.
No, there is a big trick.
Yeah, I thought there might be.
So Bill has a beautiful ability where I can pay 5 and double all the counters on all of my creatures. So Bill is gonna get 6 counters.
Yeah.
Lil Guardian is gonna get 6 counters.
I mean, nobody's looking at me for a while, which is good. Look, I have removal in hand, but I'm not going to stop this because it doesn't buy me or curry me any favor. I don't need to intervene here whatsoever. I will just be aware and use this to politic as much as possible.
Okay.
So he's 13, he's 14.
Yeah, I'm gonna take 14 commander damage here in a moment.
Bill is enough to go around.
I don't think there's gonna be any more combat tricks after that, so I'll just go down to 24.
Yeah, that's rough.
And mark my
I forget he
14
has abilities.
Billmander damage.
Yep, that's what you do.
Thank you, partner, for playing. I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay, I'm gonna untap, and I just want to say, Dylan, what I'm about to do, or what I want to do here, is gonna look scary. But after what just happened to me, I'm willing to promise you none of it's going your way.
Dustin, I feel
As long
so
as
bad for
if
you.
you
I
let
know,
it
right?
resolve, you know, it has targets, and the targets won't be you.
Dustin.
I'm just, the little squirrel on the tree branch, just eyes wide as the nuclear
It goes.
boom goes off.
So I'm gonna start by playing a swamp. This beautiful full art swamp brought to you by Art Cards. Love using art cards as land cards because there's just so much art. I think before I cast anything, I'm going to uptick Dihada because she was rudely left alive and while I was punched, and I'm going to give Lathlis Vigilance, Lifelink, and Indestructible.
I think somebody's gonna gain 20 life.
We're gonna see what happens here. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna tap 5, and I'm going to cast Ganax Astral Hunter. Ganax is a 3/4 flyer. When Ganax or another dragon enters the battlefield under my control, I create a treasure token. We cool with that? We cool with that, Dylan?
I'm chilling.
Cool. So when Ganax enters, I will have 2 triggers. One will put me up to 4 treasure tokens, and the other one will be off of Lathlis to make me a 5/5 dragon, which will then re-trigger Ganax to put me up to 5 treasure tokens. Ganax and Lathlis are a beautiful engine together, and I'm making a lot of dragons, which can be scary to people, but I kind of want to push the issue. I'm almost hoping that there's a board wipe, because I come back from the graveyard really well, and I think I'll rebuild a lot better than anyone else can. 5 treasure tokens.
It's fine. It's all
And
fine.
now I'm going to try to deal with the aggressor, as it were.
Listen. I think Dustin's not trying to be too bad. They just
You're
have
so
some
right. I actually
squirrels.
agree with you on that. So I'm going to crack all of my treasures.
Are you pumping up your
No, for 7, I would like to do something perhaps a little more aggressive than pumping up. I would like to cast Bladewing the Risen,
Okay.
a Japanese card. Bladewing the Risen is a 4/4 flyer who, when he enters, I may return target dragon permanent card from my graveyard to the battlefield, and then I can pay a black and a red to give dragons I control +1/+1 until end of turn.
Oh, a Scourge of Vulcus coming out.
Oh, that's absolutely what's coming out.
Yeah. That's fine.
So we're gonna stack some triggers. We'll allow Ganax to happen first, so I get a treasure. We're going to bring back Scourge of Valkus.
It's fine.
Scourge of Valkus, now that he's on the board, I will give everyone a lovely reading. Scourge of Valkus is a 4/4 flyer. When Scourge or another dragon enters the battlefield under my control, it deals X damage to any target, where X is the number of dragons I control. We are then going to respond. We're going to stack triggers so that first I'll get a second treasure, and then I will get a second dragon off of Lathlis from Scourge entering. That dragon will trigger Scourge. I currently have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dragons.
Oh,
I am tempted to just shoot Gavin to death here, but I'm also
I'm
tempted
so
to
nice.
just decimate his board and see how he rebuilds. So we're going to send 7 damage at Bill.
Bill.
And then we will have the trigger from Valkis to shoot another 7 damage at Bill.
Bill. Almost dead.
And then we will finally get down to the Lathless trigger from when Bladewing entered, and I will make another dragon, and now I have 8 dragons, which is not enough to kill the Duskshell Crawler, I'm realizing. So I will, in fact, shoot that 8 damage at Gavin's face.
So it looked like I made an enemy, and attacking with Bill really came to bite me in the ass. I will take 8, and I will go down to a very, very hefty, math is hard, 24.
I will also get one more treasure here. Wait, 1 treasure here, 1 treasure here, 1 treasure here. 2 I should be at 5 treasures. No, I spent treasures from your entrance. 3 treasures is correct. I can count. Cool. I'm then
Why did
going
nobody
to
tell me making my creatures big was the wrong move?
I will then attempt to move to combat. Dylan, you have a trigger here. Like I said, nothing's coming your way here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll tap down the loyal guardian.
Wait. We made a deal. If you didn't tap anything until my next turn.
That's true. I won't tap your thing. It doesn't matter here. I will tap Gadrak because it's not
Okay.
able to attack.
Well,
I mean, it could, but
was able to block. That could have been relevant later.
I don't know if anyone's swinging at you anytime
That's
soon.
fair. I'm going to move. I'm going to, in combat now, I will continue the onslaught, and I will send Lathless at Gavin for 12 in the air.
That all you got?
No, I could kill you here, but actually, yeah,
Be
with,
quiet! Don't pick up a dragon!
Is that all you got?
so I will hit you for 12 in the air, which has lifelink, so I will also gain 12 going back to 36.
I think Gavin has a death wish, taunting those dragons like that. If they're not careful, they're gonna see an army of dragons coming down onto them, and right now, old Bristly Bill doesn't seem to have a lot of reach going on. But you know what? I'm okay with this, because the more that Gavin taunts, the more that means the dragons aren't coming for me. So, you taunt away, Gavin. Taunt away.
I'm gonna go down to 12, partner.
See, this is why I specifically targeted Bill, because even if you can redeploy Bill, you're much less likely to be able to swing him and get that last 7 commander damage on me.
We'll see.
Yeah, okay,
I don't got
true.
anything.
We'll see.
Squirrel hitting up Bill's shoulder, putting paw up in the mouth. Stop talking!
And then I will pass.
That's a big turn. That was a
turn.
Yeah, no, I'm aware that I've made myself the threat at the board. That is what Dihada does.
That's true. Nothing to untap. I will draw. Ooh, boy. Yeah, okay. I tap 2.
Just saying, my landfall deck's really popping off.
Honestly, it is.
I only have 5 lands.
I got 2 squirrels, yo, and a planeswalker. Look
I'm gonna
out.
play the Will Breaker. Whenever a creature an opponent controls becomes the target of a spell or ability you control, gain control of that creature for as long as you control Will Breaker. Will Breaker is kind of a sleeper hit in this deck because anytime I target something to tap it, I get it. Now, if I'm playing in a more casual pod, I don't run this, but people are kind of popping off, so I'm gonna see what I can do to mitigate this because why not?
Super don't love that.
It's definitely a thing that we're doing.
Oh, that's a big problem, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna move to combat. I will. Let's see. Who do we want to tap? I would like to tap Lifeless and gain control of Lifeless.
Well, at least she's tapped. I will put this over here in the pile of cards that have been stolen from me.
Are there a lot of those?
I feel like there's going to be.
That's fair. All right, let me make my beautiful Lifeless token 6/6. She's a pretty big part of the engine, so I figure.
Yeah, this is true.
All right. Lot of 5/5 flyers.
This
I
is
can
also very true.
Slowly whittle down, but
You should just send your commander elsewhere.
yeah, I mean, I feel bad for slapping the crap out of Dustin like that, though. You know.
I
Massman,
mean,
did you mark the 14 bill damage on?
I do have the 14 bill marked on me.
Yep.
Okay, you gained
Yeah.
the right. Never mind.
Oh yeah. They just
Catching
kicked it back real fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I should swing at somebody. There's a lot of blockers there, so it's gonna take us a few turns. I'm gonna swing. You know what? I'm not gonna swing because that feels awful. Based on everything that just happened, I'm cool. I'm gonna hang back.
Bring it, partner. Bill, you're dead. Shut up.
I'll just pass. I'll pass.
all right. I will untap. I will upkeep. I will lose 2 life from the burden of the One Ring. I will draw for turn.
Does 2 life put you at 27 or 28?
28. Right?
I thought you were at 29. That's
I
okay.
was at 29. No, you're right. It's 27. It misclicked.
I'm just trying to be sure that we're synced up so that.
Yeah,
there's
no. It's 27. You were right.
Okay, cool.
And I mean, we're just gonna go ahead and draw 3 more cards because why
Hey,
not?
I respect it.
Yeah. You have more health than one player right now, so you know you're
is-
kind of fine.
That is true.
Hey, wait a second.
I am gonna play my land per turn. What?
Oh.
Gingerbread cabin.
Gingerbread.
Okay.
I have 3 or more other land forests, so it will enter untapped. And when it does, I make a food. And when I make a food, I make a squirrel.
Okay,
I'm
online.
doing something, y'all.
Wahoo!
So I'll make a food and a squirrel. And now what do I do? Well, that's a glorious question. We have a very, very scary board state going on here. What do we have? Well, that's not enough. That's not enough. Let's do that. Yep. Cool. I am going to. I'll just try to. All right, what do we have going on? We have a giant, a bunch of massive things.
Yeah, bunch of dragons.
Lots of dragons.
Bunch of dragons.
I will say, I don't think I'm the twat anymore, so I've been a little neutered.
What is our what's our power and toughness on the board? Not that I have enough to activate Shatterfang.
Total?
No. Like biggest creature, like biggest toughness.
Mine is
Mine's 13.
Okay. This board state's looking a little scary, and I think I just drew exactly what I needed in order to do something about this.
Yeah, they're gonna be the big
mine's
toughnesses.
16.
My biggest
Okay.
toughness is 5.
But there's 3 of them. You know?
All right. Well, all right. I'm going to try and do something here. I don't even know what.
Pay 16 life into this toxic deluge.
No. It's not in this deck. I don't have Toxic Delusion in this deck. I only have 1 board wipe in this deck, and it is Swarmyard Massacre.
It's,
Ooh.
Yeah. Nice.
So when it enters, I will make if it resolves, I will make 2 green squirrels, which will actually be doubled because of Chatterfang, so 4 squirrels. And then each creature that is not an insect, rat, squirrel, or spider will get -1/-1 for each creature I control that is the squirrel. So it will be -7/-7 to each creature.
Well, there goes the will breaker strategy. I'm not terribly upset, but I'm not happy.
Yeah, that's
can live
pretty
with
good.
Okay.
I have no responses.
No responses here, just a good time.
I got none.
I mean,
poor
I had to do a
baby
little something to.
Hey, I respect it.
You know what? I in lieu of a board wipe, I'm sitting here with Will Breaker, so
Yeah, I'm quite happy to see Will Breaker go. Not gonna lie.
that's fair.
What's giving it -7/-7?
Everything that is not a spider, squirrel, rat, or insect.
Okay. Most importantly, did your thing die
Oh,
to let
yeah.
the Gorger come back?
Managorger will come back after the board wipe.
Woo!
I have 9 cards in hand. I need to. We're going to. All right. So what do we have left? That is.
Rhoda is now a 6/6.
This is true.
There's a 1/1 on board that, and a 9/9 over on Gavin's, and I have a Planeswalker.
Hit the Planeswalker.
Not worried about that. What's our toughnesses now?
What was that? 7?
Yeah, it's 7. I'm at
It was -7. Yeah.
This is what? 12, 16. So this is 9.
Okay. Yeah. It's still massive.
This is 3, 9, 10, 11. So this is
4.
4. This is 1. This is. I just got him back. He was on vacation.
He was. And then what's yours, Dylan? What?
6 right now.
6. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not
6,
gonna
6.
do anything. All right. I am gonna. Not really. Actually, you know what? I'm just to do something this game. I'm going to give. I'm gonna -3 Liliana. I'll give Chatterfang +3/+3 because I have 3 swamps.
Cool.
And then I will swing Camilla and Chatterfang. Or actually, I'll move to combat. I'm sorry. Before. Oh no, that's gone, right?
Yep, that one's
It's
gone.
gone.
Yep.
Oh, it's gone. Okay, cool. Just making sure. Yeah. So I'll swing Chatterfang at Mask because you have the highest life total, and then I will swing Camilla at Dylan. They both have menace.
So Chatterfang is currently a 6/5?
6/6.
6/6. Cool.
Yep.
I will take 6 down to 30.
And then a 3/3 menace coming at you, Dylan.
Cool. I will take 3.
Yep. And that is me.
I have something in your end step
Sounds
to
good.
try to rebuild a little bit. I will crack all 3 of my treasures, and I will flash in Activated Sleeper. Activated Sleeper is a 0/0 Phyrexian shapeshifter, but I may have Activated Sleeper enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature card in a graveyard that was put there from the battlefield this turn, except as a Phyrexian in addition to its other types. So I am going to bring it in as a copy of Bladewing. So that will have the that means it will enter with Bladewing's ability to return another dragon from my graveyard to the battlefield. And honestly, I should have thought this through farther than just that point. I think that
From your cast, I'm just gonna.
yes.
I don't know.
I'm going to actually continue the spite, and I'm going to bring back Scourge of Valkis with the trigger, and I will deal 2 damage to Managorger.
Oh, this is war.
Yeah.
Gorger is dead.
I will go ahead and draw up a little Bladewing on this, but other than that, that is all I had in your end step.
go to my turn.
All right, and I will discard a hand size, and that will be me.
I will draw a card. I will be very upset.
Reasonable.
He just came back. He was so cute. But he costs 3 now. So that's 3. Him. What are the chances I live to the next turn?
All right, so I'm going to.
I lied about drawing.
Fine.
I just wrote up a blade wing.
I will play a forest.
Gavin, look, if you're gonna continue this fight against Mask, I'll try to help you live as much as I can. You know what I mean?
But, listen, I let Begons be Begons after everything was destroyed, and then he twisted the knife.
That it wasn't gone, you know.
Yeah.
And I discarded a Thornvault Forager and a Druid's Call.
So when I play the land, sorry, this is gonna trigger. I think I'm gonna gain 2 laugh. 14.
Reasonable thing you could do.
You're coming back.
We're coming back,
Look
boys.
out, Bill's on the horizon.
Bill's on the way. I'm gonna tap 3 for a tribute to the World Tree.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna tap another 3, and we're gonna bring back Bristly Bill. When Bristly Bill comes back, he sadly has less than 3 power, so I will not draw a card, but instead he will get 2 counters.
Poor guy.
Poor guy. I'm going to move to combat.
No effects. No trigger.
I'm gonna put a counter on each of my creatures because Lieutenant will trigger. I think red shows up more than my green dice on the camera. All right, Mask.
Yeah, that's me.
How big are your creatures?
They're both 4/4s.
So, we can let Begons be
I would
Begons.
love to let Begons be Begons. I just thought it was funny to kill the Mana Gorger in that moment.
Here's
It was
here's
funny.
what I think. I also now Dustin's doing things. Chatterfang's doing things. There's a lot of squirrels over there.
And a Chatterfang activation open.
Yeah. So that's. I am also hyper aware of that. I don't think anyone's quite out yet. Mask is shields down to some degree, but there's Dustin's creeping up. We gave Dustin some time to breathe, and they
All
gulp
right,
some air. and
here's
they
the
kept
deal.
going.
I swing my hefty lieutenant
Uh-huh.
at the squirrels.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Dustin is starting to look like a big threat now, so I think it's time to swing in for some damage at him while he's down. Will you two not attack me, the lonely 14 health man?
Yeah, I can work with that.
I can do
I can
that.
give you a
Hey,
turn
whoa,
without
whoa,
the dragons
hey.
flying over that way.
I didn't swing at you.
Yeah, but I'm gonna swing at you.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah,
You don't.
yeah.
You mean Liliana and kill Liliana? Yeah, she's not
There's
doing much.
Liliana. One.
She's a 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if she's worth
You can
killing.
keep Liliana, you can keep ramping. So this is
All right,
a
what's-
12, 13, 17, 17 trample.
Good lord. Well, throwing my 1/1 in front of it ain't gonna do nothing. So, I guess I'm taking 17 to the face.
Ooh.
Okay, so taking this full damage may not have been the best choice, but I've got a bunch of card draw coming up, and I think I may have what I need to hopefully stay in this game, even with very little life.
Yeah.
There are plans on the horizon. That scares me a bit.
All right.
So that puts you
10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
is that-
And I will go to 10.
Totally could have killed you, but I spared you. I will then pass the turn.
Because
Alright.
I could have killed you, and I spared you.
Yeah,
And
that's fair.
I could have killed Gavin, and I spared Gavin.
All right, listen, it's not a point system.
We'll untap
We're
up
not
and
keeping
draw.
score.
We're keeping score a little bit. I'm going to start by zeroing out Dihada to activate her -3 ability again. So we'll put over there and mark that she's gone all the way back that way one time.
She's gone home.
Gone home for a little bit. We've got Raise the Draugr, Ebon Death, Dracolich, a Mountain, and Goldspan Dragon.
Ooh, boy.
Very fun cards. Very fun cards. There is no reason for me to put Ebon Death in my hand since Ebon Death can come from the grave. So I will make 4 treasures.
Reasonable.
Thank you. I try to be reasonable occasionally.
Don't we all?
I will play a Canyon Slough tapped as my land for turn, rather than cycle it. I think we should put up some layers of protection. Go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I will play Rotodrobic of Urborg. Rotodrobic is a 3/3 with Vigilance and Ward 2. Other zombies I control have Vigilance, and whenever another legendary creature you control dies, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's not legendary, and it's a 2/2 black zombie in addition to its other colors and types. Yeah, Dylan's got some PTSD from Rotodrobic.
It's part of an infinite loop that wins the game. Yeah.
Hey, Dylan, don't worry, because next I will tap 3 and I will cast Etchings of the Chosen as a second layer of protection. Etchings of the Chosen is an enchantment that as it enters the battlefield, I choose a creature type. I will choose dragons. Creatures I control of the chosen type get +1/+1, and I can pay 1 to sacrifice a creature of the chosen type to give target creature I control indestructible until end of turn.
With
I get the
that,
feeling something's about to happen to poor Rotodropic.
yeah, with that on the stack, I will tap 1 to Path to Exile the Ratodrabic.
It may look weird that I went after Ratodrabic, but I've played against Mask. I've played against Mask quite a few times, and Ratodrabic is a key integral part to an infinite combo. And I've not been able to affect the board much, and I'm very close. I'm very close. I need time.
The squirrels have the 1 ring. Bill is doing whatever Bill is doing, and I put out 1 piece of protection, and Dylan's gonna path that? Rotodropic isn't even doing anything. He's just about to enable an infinite combo. Okay, so maybe I understand why Dylan did it, but I don't have to be happy. He has Ward 2, you have to tap 3 to do it.
Great. Gladly.
Cool. So Path to Exile, I will go get a land, I believe, correct?
Yeah, basically.
Cool. I'm gonna find a basic land. I don't think that I want to swing anywhere, so I'm just going to pass as I go find that basic land.
Okay.
Basic land untapped?
It just said tapped.
Okay, I will grab a mountain.
I will draw for turn. God, this is one of the dumbest cards. Fortified Beachhead. I'll play that for turn. This requires you may reveal a soldier card from your hand. If you don't, it comes in tapped. Okay. We will tap 2, 3, blue, white. We're going to play the Council of 4. So they are legendary human noble. Whenever a player draws their second card during their turn, you draw a card. Whenever a player casts their second spell during their turn, you create a 2/2 white knight creature token. Great. I think I'm really worried about the squirrels.
That's a reasonable place to be. There's a lot of them.
I'm scared of the dragons too, honestly.
I think that's a reasonable place to be.
Over here.
They're very
I'm
big.
just gonna die to one. I'm just gonna die to the 1 ring. So
That's true. We might be able to outlast the squirrels.
I only got 1 more round to go, so that's it.
All right. I will actually. Yeah, I'm gonna swing Rhoda at you, Mask, for 13.
I really wish you would. That. I think I am going to risk it for the biscuit, and I'll take 13 down to 17.
Okay.
See just how
17.
badly I regret that later, when hopefully my friend Gavin doesn't swing at me.
Yeah. That's the thing. I told Gavin I wouldn't swing at them, so it's a real precarious situation if I agreed to something that's going to come back to me or not. But right. That's my turn. I will pass.
All right. I will untap. And then I will lose 3 life, going down to 7.
Oh.
And then I'll draw for turn. And that is. And yeah, it's we're there.
Are you gonna play with fire and tap it again?
I mean, of course.
At this point, you might as well.
Yeah. Life is but a resource, and it only matters when it's 0.
Cool.
So we're gonna tap it. Go into 4 burn counters. We're gonna draw 4 cards.
Okay. I will draw a card because of the council.
Oh yeah. That might be exactly what we needed to fully unleash the squirrely wrath.
Verdant Catacombs is our land return. I guess that's fine. All right, so we'll tap. We'll pay a life. We'll go to 6 because why not? And we're gonna go get a forest. Sorry, I'm doing math in my head, which is never a good sign because.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like a good sign.
Typically something reserved for blockers, so I'm here for
I know,
it.
right?
Dustin, I'm just gonna throw out there, if you hurt my board in any way, I think I can kill you.
It's if you survive, right? That's like if you make it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna, I
If you
don't
do it
plan.
the way.
My plan isn't to attack you, but if you come after me, I think I will end up needing to.
So I'm gonna play Peregrine Took.
No.
Ooh.
There you go.
So it is a halfling citizen, 2/3. With if one or more tokens would be created under my control, those tokens plus an additional food token are created instead. And then I am going to play Earthcraft.
I will create a knight, technically a 2/2 knight.
Yep. And then you did draw a card because I definitely
did draw a card, yeah.
So with Earthcraft, I can tap an untapped creature and untap a basic land. So I will tap this squirrel.
I see. You're trying to mill Dylan out. No, doesn't draw cards off of Rhoda. Dang.
Yep. And then I will tap this squirrel, and I will untap this forest. And that's all my basics that are tapped. And then for 3, I am going to cast Squirrel Nest.
Ooh, here it
Target
is.
Swamp.
That's the infinite squirrels trick here, yeah?
It is.
Infinite squirrels, infinite foods.
Infinite squirrels, infinite foods. And
Infinite tapped squirrels.
well,
Yeah.
so it's not. So what I'll do is I'll tap Swamp for a Squirrel Nest, and I'll make a squirrel, which will make a food, which will make a squirrel, which will make a food. It won't
So
be a
it's-
loop. I'll basically make
You make
two
a squirrel off.
squirrels and 2 food.
Earthcraft.
Wait, how does that work?
It should be 2 squirrels and 1 food each activation, right? Because they're both replacement effects.
Yes.
So it's the squirrel off Earthcraft comes with a squirrel and also a food.
Correct. And then
And you can
Shatterfang will
use-
make a squirrel with that original token squirrel.
And it looks like Dustin is gonna go infinite here. You can't really be too mad at a 4-card infinite combo. So honestly, fair play to him.
Cool. Yeah. So I will make 2 more squirrels, which I can then tap 1 to untap Swamp, tap 1 to untap forest. I'm going to forest. I'm going to worldly tutor.
Do we have the win here?
I'm gonna try.
What are you using to untap the land with?
Earthcraft.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
enchantment.
So essentially what he'll be able to do is make infinite squirrels and infinite foods, and because
And
he's making
infinite mana.
extra squirrels, he gets infinite mana. Because he's got took out, he'll be able to draw his whole deck.
So I'm not gonna draw my deck. So I'll if that resolves, I will show you what I'll get to win.
Sure.
I will go get. Where are you? I will go get Mirkwood bats.
Oh yeah, that's a good way to do it.
So
player.
in response, I'm gonna tap. I mean, you guys are fucked. Sorry. I'm gonna tap 4. I'll play Flare of Fortitude. So until end of turn, my life total can't change, and permanents I control gain hexproof and indestructible.
Oh, Dylan, you can only delay the inevitable so long. You can't stay hidden from the squirrel swarm forever. Eventually, they'll find you.
Look, I just want to be second place. That's it. So
Nice.
whatever you're doing, I'm hopefully gonna have something on my next turn to work around it, and if not, then GG.
Yeah, and with the loop, I can, with infinite mana, infinite food, I can also gain infinite life.
And with that, squirrels are victorious. Bow before our squirrely wrath. I mean, huzzah! We did it.
Wow, what an incredible way to end that game. Look, I called it early on. I said Dustin had something brewing. In any token deck, in any sack deck, I kind of assume there's some infinite there that I don't know about. But look, what a great way to bring that back around. And it was really incredible to kind of see the flaws in my own deck. While it's a very good deck when it comes to sort of controlling and kind of keeping people in their place, not enough evasion for Rhoda to be able to actually connect more than once or twice, which means we need some more unblockable perks. We need to be able to give him flying and things like that. So it was a really, really good time. And would you believe this is the first time we'd ever sat down to play with Dustin, ever. We literally had started speaking hours beforehand. It was a really great time, and I really have to say, Dustin, thank you so much for coming out, and Mask and Gavin for being incredible people to have on the show. Time and time again, you are both incredible to play with. So who do you think should be on the show next? Is there anyone that you have in mind, and how else can we spruce the show up? We're sort of leaning into this 80s synthwave VHS vibe. I'm kind of into it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to hit the like, leave a comment, all the algorithm things so that we stay relevant and can continue to grow the channel and meet wonderful people like you. Thank you all for being here. Remember, be kind to each other. Go enjoy your magic.